Welcome to another episode of Prioritize. They accomplish while you drown in lists. It's difficult to juggle your responsibilities. Husband, father, brother. It goes on, but your energy doesn't.
You pondering what I'm pondering?
Prioritize what's right for you, not what's left behind. This is Prioritize with Toby Baker.
You'll have to speak up. I'm wearing a towel.
Greetings, gentlemen and ladies. This is Prioritize. Here we discuss prioritizing faith, family, relationships, and more. I'm your crazy white, formerly fat host. That's right, formerly fat host, the Baker Boy himself. Welcome to the show. It feels like it's been since forever, since I've been back in the chair. We got most of the studio put back together. We got the pallet wall going. We have new acoustic treatment up. It looks pretty not bad, you know, like there's fantastic. There's a few things I would change, probably gonna do some tweaking here and there, but I'm happy with it. I like it. I'm glad. I'm so glad to be back here. Thanks so much for downloading the show. Thanks for being a part of our, I would say, studio audience. I don't have a live studio audience. I don't know what you do. Maybe we could think about that. John, can we put that on the thing on the whiteboard, like for thinking? I don't do much of that. So maybe like a live studio audience thing, huh? Can we try that? All right. He's giving me a thumbs. Oh, don't do that. Put that finger down, John. So bad. Wow. Okay. So today we prioritize fatherhood. I know I got a podcast regarding customer service at Home Depot. I got a little story. I think you're really going to like it. That's coming up. We have some other podcasts got to come out. There was a special birthday we just got back from. There's my birthday to tell you about. I know you're just itching like, come on, don't make me wait to hear about your birthday. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to sleep. Are you kidding me? And yeah, there's good stuff coming on the pipe. Forgive me for taking so long to get back to. It's been crazy. Probably not an excuse, right? If you were a priority, it would have taken place. It would have happened. I got no excuses, really. I'm a sad excuse for a podcaster. And I'm grateful for your forgiveness. Moving right along. We are a few weeks beyond the actual Father's Day. I get that. And yet, we are still relevant. Can I say that? Just you and I? I think I'm talking to some dads out there. I'm not, there's a couple different ways to, there's so much stuff to cover here. My life group, we just saw The Sound of Freedom. Have you seen this movie with Jim Caviezel? Amazing, to say the least. And I know it took me forever to get to the theater. It wasn't a big enough priority. Okay, shoot me. Sorry. Getting to the movies kind of fell beneath a few other things. However, sitting there, it really took me back to my younger years with Joyce and I when the boys were like really little. And I remember, of course, there's Taken, there's Ransom. There's some really good stuff out there regarding children being kidnapped. I tell you, we were at Myrtle Beach, a beautiful beach, powdery beaches. The sun was gorgeous. I don't know if I've shared this story with you. It's horrible. It's a horrible story. It makes me look like a moron. Well, it's easy to do. So we're out there at Myrtle Beach. The kids were really young. Nikki was still a baby. And Chris, he was like 3, I think. So 1, 3, and then Michael was older than that. Okay. I'm sorry. How old was he? All right. So if Chris is 21, I think Michael was around 6 years old at that time. How am I? We're out there at Myrtle Beach, and it's a beautiful sunny day. Joyce asked me to watch after Christopher. I got the ice cold IBC root beer fresh from the cooler. Joyce was holding Nikki, and Michael, they're down at the beach in the water. Michael was so excited to see the ocean. He was stoked. I mean, he is in the back of the minivan on the way to Myrtle Beach. He's jumping up and down. I'm so excited to see and how could you not be? Like, for the first time, you're standing in front of this humongous body of water, something that just swallows you up. We can't make this. It's amazing. And it was so cool to be able to experience that with him firsthand. I'm right there. So Chris and I were there, and I'm just like chilling out. I was a little tired, so I lay down, and the next thing I know, Joyce is walking up and says, "Hey, where's Chris?" "Hey, he's right here." She goes, "No, he's not." What? And I lean for, I sit up. I was lying down. I don't know how long I was out. I'm looking around, and every parent's worst nightmare has just come true. Your kid is gone. And I'm looking around. There's kids. It wasn't fully packed. Thank God for that. It wasn't a packed out beach. I think we were there during bike week. So a lot of bikes and bikers, but the beach isn't packed, and I'm looking up and down. I don't see this little kid. Where's my little babe? I don't see him. I'm looking up this way and down the other way. And all of a sudden I'm like, what? I'm the worst father in the world. How can I let this happen? Who lets this happen? What kind of dad isn't watching his own? It's not watching his own son. What's the matter with me? Oh, you talk about a gut punch. I am freaking. I think Joyce may have been more level-headed than as if that comes across as a surprise. We're walking around. There's how you have little campsites at the beaches. You lay out your towels and your extra clothing, your cooler, your sandals, your umbrella, everything you take into the beach is all right there. And I call that like a beach campsite. I don't know if that's what it's called. There's another couple right next to us. One of them was a cop. And off duty cop, he says, "Excuse me, I overheard. Maybe I can help." I absolutely, I screwed up. Number one worst father on the worst fathers list. I lost my son. I don't know what to do, and I don't know where to look. He says, "We're going to start looking." So he sends Joyce down the beach one way, and I start walking up the other. There's construction on the homes on the beaches. Have you been to a beach where there's construction on the beach? It's terrible. You don't want to be around construction in sandals. Even if you're wearing work sandals, you don't want to be around construction in sandals. And it just so happened I didn't have my work sandals with me. So I was even more worse off than I was. We're looking around for 50 minutes, an hour. I can't feel my feet anymore. They've gone numb from the heat. I don't even, was I wearing sandals? I don't remember if I had them on. I don't know. I just know I had like battery acid racing through my veins. I was like flexing. I was panting. I was losing my mind. I had thoughts coming through. I'm like, what if he washes up on the shore from the ocean? And that's my fault because I wasn't being a father. I wasn't watching over my kids. And then it lingered for a bit because, an hour and 15 minutes has gone by. We're now walking up and down the road. I'm walking through the hotel. It's like a condo place where we were staying. And I had an even darker thought. I don't know, maybe is it dark? I think it's darker. I got to see. Yeah, it's darker. It was so darker. What if somebody took my kid and is planning to do stuff? with my son. I worked at Youth for Christ at the time, so I was a youth minister. I'm going to be frank with you, and I hope it feels like I always have. I was willing to lay down the white collar to beat the ever-living bleep out of whomever it was that kidnapped my kid. My heart became dark with rage. And I couldn't guarantee this had even happened. But you know what happens when you got the monkey brain going on, you got the enemy whispering in your ear, you're the worst father in the world. Who lets this happen? You know what may have happened to your kid because you weren't paying attention? You're a sad excuse for a dad. Yeah, all those thoughts racing through my mind. Every last one of them echoing over and over and over again. How could I let this happen? I wasn't watching somebody stole my kid and now they're doing bad stuff to him. Joyce and I saw the movie Sound of Freedom with our life group just yesterday, and doggone it if it did not take me right back to Myrtle Beach, early 2000. And I'm a young dad, and I just lost my kid. This guy, the father in the movie, loses his kids, both of them. And he's like helpless. I felt helpless. You ever felt helpless as a dad? Our oldest son was going through some kind of hip pain. Couldn't put our finger on it. Didn't understand what was going on. Never heard it before. Heard of it before. And he could barely walk. He wasn't that old. He was still like 6, 7, 8 years old. And I didn't understand what to do. So we'd rush to the ER. And, you can't do anything. As a dad, you're like, all right, just put me in his place, God. I'll take the pain. All right? I'll take the pain. Same thing that Jesus did for us. Right? Like he stepped into skin. He put skin on him when he stepped onto earth, climbed on the cross. He wasn't murdered. He sacrificed himself for us. And I just was praying, God, let me take the pain of Michael. Don't put him through this. You put him through the MRI, and you can't be there with him. I've never gone through an MRI. I hear it's not the best. It's not like you're on a beach sipping a pina colada. Hey, turn up that banging noise in my ear. This is fantastic. Who else wants some? All I wanted to do was find Chris and hold him close and apologize and just hang on to him for the rest of his life. We're walking up and down a beach, I don't know, hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes. I'm like, well, shoot, I don't know where anybody else is. This is before cell phones. This is before. Why did it take so long for Steve Jobs to create the iPhone? Guess not before cell phones, but it was before the iPhone, before the phones that really worked. And I'm walking back down the beach, and here comes my wife, holding Chris. I was exhausted. I fell to the ground. I said, Joyce, wherever did you find him? She goes, he was walking with some other older mom. And that compassionate mother was like, hey, I've been through this before. It sucks. Here's your kid. There was no condescending. There was no criticism. There was no shaming. And he didn't need to. I'd already been through it with the enemy. By God, does the enemy know right where to kick you, right? Or dads, you didn't mean to. Something bad happened. It was out of your control. I mean, granted, this was fully in my control. Had I not laid down, had I not closed my eyes and thought, oh, this is fine. Christopher, poor kid, just got up and started walking around. He didn't get kidnapped. He didn't wash up on shore. Praise God for that. This would be an entirely different, you know what? I would not be here. I don't think I would be podcasting today if either of those two things happened. I might be podcasting from jail if anybody would have kidnapped the kids. I told you before in a recent podcast, I am fierce. I am fierce about my family. You might be able to get away with the Bose Series 4000 speakers, my friend. You can have the TV. It's a plasma. Who buys plasma? Who steals plasma anymore? They're going to turn on and be like, no, this is a 10-year-old plasma. You can keep it. You're not coming anywhere near my family. Oh, that was tough. That was tough with Myrtle Beach. That was tough. And watching The Sound of Freedom took me right back there. And we're walking out to the car, and I'm talking with Joyce, and she's like, that took me right back to Myrtle Beach. I was like, oh, right. How horrible was that? Fatherhood ain't easy, y'all. I've been there before. I've made mistakes. I'll make more. My gosh. I'll tell you this much, fathers out there. I'm raising my glass to you, okay? I'm not beguiling. I'm not critiquing. I'm not criticizing you. I'm applauding you for the hard work that real fathers. I'm not talking about some sperm donor says, hey, I bought you, do I want a dog on that? I'm talking about Scrooged, where he comes in and throws down a package of 5-pound veal, 5 pounds worth of veal from the butcher. I can't even get my words right. Okay, we're going to get back on track here. Yeah, I'm raising my glass to the fathers out there working hard at work, working hard at home. You're doing your best to make things happen. God bless you. I'm for you. I pray that you had a fantastic Father's Day. I know we're weeks past, but just because we're beyond that doesn't mean we can't take a moment to celebrate the hardworking, smart-working fathers out there who are bringing home the bacon, who are lifting up their kids, who are holding your wives close. God bless you. Fatherhood is crazy, is it not? Is it not? I mean, your firstborn, I remember when Michael was firstborn, we're going crazy to the hospital. We had a friend, I call her Hoser, her name's Michelle, but Hoser's out, like, there's one of our close friends, and we're calling people like, hey, we're on our way to the hospital. And then Joyce gives birth. I'm in a haze afterward. I don't even know who I am. I look in the mirror like, who's this guy? What just happened? Joyce is out of breath. I'm out of breath. There's a boy. There's a baby boy here, right? Like seconds ago, there was nothing. Joyce is screaming. I'm pulling my hair out. What do you want me to do? Ice? You want ice chips? Boom, there's a baby. Wow. How'd this one get here? There's no more up there, right? It's just the one. Okay, good. You want me to cut what? Sorry, I didn't hear you very well. No, not that cord. It was the umbilical cord. Wow, you just went there. Shame on you. Yeah, it's weird, the umbilical cord, because it's like, it's not hollow. I thought it was hollow. It's not hollow. It's like cutting a hose with lots of stuff in it. That's what it is. That's what it's like. I know. Now you are fully aware of what it's like to cut an umbilical cord. I don't know. It's symbolic, I guess. I don't even know if they still do that. We haven't been in the birthing room for 20 years. John says, no, they don't. He doesn't know. He does. Are you even listening? He's not listening. Doesn't matter. Okay. Go out to Pizza Hut. And we're bringing, obviously we're going to bring Joyce back. We're like, God, now I'm a dad. Somebody's watching me. Someone is looking up to me. Dear God, what have I done? We did not think through this ahead of time. I wasn't ready to be a dad. Are any of us ever ready to be dad? I know. Today they got YouTubes and they got all the specialists on the TikToks and the tweet. It's not Twitter anymore. Is that X's? They got they have the specialists on the X's, right? Constantly passing out the information. Didn't have all this. back then, okay? Sure, they had books, but who has time to read? Come on. It was my first time being a dad. It was weird. He got older, just like I still remember we had a very special couple to us. We're standing in the hallway at our church, and they're like, cherish the moments because you'll turn around, snap, they're in graduate school, they're starting their career, they're done with school, and they've all grown up on you. And they were absolutely right. And everybody says that. And I say that to Newbie. I'm like, hey, enjoy it. It's not going to last long. You're going to be a dad forever, right? I mean, as long as you got the boys, the girls, the kids, you're a father. And it's going to be your favorite hat. Aside from husband, it's the father hat, right? Your dad hat. It's one of the best jobs that I've had in the last 26 years that we've had kids. My first love is always to God, then my wife, and then our boys. They've been so much fun. I remember Mike when he was opening up the door. I was coming home. Oh man, it was a tough day at work. You've had the tough days, so I'm sure you can relate. And he was holding the door open for me. I don't know why that meant so much, but it just, I love seeing his smiling face, and it's like he was excited to see me. And I remember his first day of kindergarten, we're getting the picture snapped. Oh, that was tough. I was standing there, watching the boys brush their teeth. I know people take video of their kids brushing it. It's just little moments, The all three boys are by the sink, brushing, and then it's just two, and then it's just one, and then nobody's brushing their teeth, right? They're all grown up, and grown-ups don't brush their teeth. And we had Chris after Michael, and they're like, hey, now we got boys, right? Then we had Nick, and I'm thinking, wait, 1, 2, 3, what are we going to do with all these kids? We turn around, poof, they've all grown up overnight, just like they said. I'm listening to Green Lights from Matthew McConaughey. He's talking about his relationship with his dad. He wasn't a softie. His dad was definitely not a softie. And they had a different relationship. And he still looked up to him, which I'm hoping for all the things that he talks about his parents, doing good, doing bad. Hopefully, I hope that, who doesn't hope that their kids remember the good times? It sometimes gets blotted, right, by the bad. Like the bad kind of overwhelms the good. And then you work doubly hard on the other side of that to try to make up for the mistake, yelling at your kid when they didn't deserve to be yelled at, or throwing stuff against the wall and losing your temper, and you're like, oh, doggone it, I did it again. Fortunately, I learned this thing called apologizing, and that's tough. Because you, as the dad, you, as the adult who knows better, who's supposed to be the example, maybe you had a tough day, maybe you lost your job, maybe things didn't go very well at work or on the way home, or you're just stressed out, and you lose it, right? That littlest thing just lit your fuse like, psh, you just lit a fire. They didn't know. Nobody knows. Can't read your mind. Can't read my mind. I couldn't read my dad's mind. Not everything my dad did was great. Not everything he did was bad. You take the fleas come with a dog, man. We all got flaws. We all got faults. You do the best that you can. The days are long, but the years are oh so short. Am I right on this? Do you remember what you did last year, the year before, with your kids? They go by fast, gang. They really do. I know some days you got no energy left. Like you you've had a long day. You get in the car, it's a long ride home. There's so much traffic that, maybe you get into a car wreck. You get home, you want to play with the kids, you got no energy left. I want to encourage you, keep up the good fight. Sometimes when I had no energy left getting on the floor, my kids, that reinvigorated my energy. More so than, a good steak or snacks and just, flipping out in front of the television. Getting on the floor and building some Legos or popping out some video games or just wrestling with them. That contact, man, is so important. Give your kids a hug. Raise them up into the air. Throw them up in the air and be sure to catch them. But, yeah, throw them up in the air if you still can. I can't throw any of my kids up in the air. They tower over me. But they remember that. We used to do a game called Dad's Bed. So I might come home late from work and just like, hey, kids are up in bed, but they're not sleeping. They're waiting for you. I was so excited because they were waiting to play one of our favorite games called Dad's Bed. That's where I would come up and I would throw them all out of bed and I would take over to bed and I would call them mine. Like, this is Dad's bed. I'm going to bed. They'd all climb back on me. And we don't do that now because they're 26 and 22 and 20. And I mean, I could still throw them. Don't get me wrong. I can still throw them out of the bed, okay? Let's not confuse this here. Just because I'm older doesn't mean that I don't have the strength to do it. It's not there. I am old. I'd probably break a back. But, don't give up those times just because you're too tired, okay? Save some of that time. We would go out on dates with the boys. I'd have my date with my wife, and then we'd spend time with the boys. And it might be movies and a hot dog. It might be ice cream and a burger. It might, it doesn't have to be any money at all. Don't look at this as like, oh, man, like I got to spend more money. Nope. Doesn't have to be that way. Doesn't have to be that way. You can just take them for a drive, take them for a walk, or go throw a Frisbee, go kick the soccer ball around. Yes, with the soccer, yes. Grab the soccer, but just keep it in your trunk, all the times. Just keep the soccer ball and the Frisbee in your trunk all the time, and then you come home or, it's early Saturday morning, take them with you shopping, say, hey, let's go grab a burger, and then you sneak some grocery shopping in there or something. You may have to combine things because you don't have a whole lot of time, but if you're going somewhere and you got a chance, hey, steal your kids along with you so that you have them with you and you're doing life together. That's the big thing. It's not all about work, and you don't have time to spend with the family and you do that one vacation out of the year where you spend 2 weeks. You'll miss the good stuff for the sake of the work. And I know the vanity says, I'm doing all this for them. By golly, they better appreciate it. Well, guys, let's take a step back and look at this. Are we really doing this all for them, or is some of that for us? There are many cases out there where maybe you're a single dad working 3 different jobs just to get the bills paid. I get it. I am for you. I'm praying for you. God bless you. I know you got no energy. I'm sorry. There's other times that you could leave work at 4:30 or 5 o'clock and you keep pushing because you think, I'm going to get that promotion. I'm going to work hard so I can work harder in that next promotion so I can get that big corner office so that my kids will be proud of me. No, wrong path. Turn it around. Don't sacrifice the gift of children for the sake of a corner office. It's not worth it. You will get so much more return on your investment of time from spending it with your kids, from investing it with your kids, than you will investing it at the office or at the shop. Sometimes it can be helped. You may not be fully in charge of your schedule, and you're going to the shop, they're like, hey, mandatory overtime today, we're doing 12 hours. Totally get it. I've been there. It sucks. I'm with you. Don't let that get the better of you and your children. Here's an idea. Build something with your boys. Doesn't have to be big. Doesn't have to be huge. Doesn't have to be spectacular. And it certainly Doesn't have to be perfect. I started building some stuff. I can't remember if I've shared it. I started out with a TV stand. We wanted to replace and get rid of our old clunky $20 TV stand I bought. I'm pretty sure it was at a discount department store. And I'm like, I'm seeing all this stuff on Pinterest using wood and industrial piping. So I built that. And Joyce is like, hey, that looks pretty cool. You want to do that again with a towel rack? I had a friend who was getting rid of some old barn wood. I'm like, hey, let me try that again. So I built a towel rack and then a towel stand and then a blanket ladder. Please don't hate with the blanket ladder. I get it. Then I built a wardrobe for Michael when he graduated. And then a bookshelf for Chris when he was looking for a bookshelf. Oh, man, this thing is so sweet. I don't know. John, did we ever get pictures on that? No? Okay. Thanks, John. I found some West African tropical mahogany and added some tung oil to this bookshelf when I presented it for his Christmas gift. I was working on it for weeks, maybe months. I'm not sure. 2 months? I'm going to say yes because it was a slow process. I wanted it to be great. This one I was aiming for perfection. I still didn't get there, but I think the only person who can see the imperfections is me. And Chris has something that was built by his dad. I believe that's the important thing, gentlemen. That's the important thing. Doesn't have to be perfect. You're building it for your son. They're going to remember that. I built a rolling bar cart after the bookshelf, and I was like, hey, I want to build something with the boys. So that when I'm dead and gone, is, hey, my dad and I built that. Doesn't it look good? Maybe it lasts for a while. And I was like, guys, what do you want to build? Okay, let's build a new butler's pantry for Mom. I was like, great. What's a butler's pantry? Apparently, that's when you get all the stuff off of your countertops so that you get to have actual countertops. I thought, what a great idea. So I've been drawing and doing redrawing and drawing differently and new drawings to hold all of our stuff, creating a butler's pantry. And we'll remove the microwave and the, what's the other thing? An air fryer. It's a French door air fryer. And we'll throw the Nespresso machine out there. And I think we're probably wind up getting an ice machine because apparently you're not a real home unless you have an ice machine on. Why is this so popular? I don't get it. But it makes the good ice. And I don't have to go buy the good ice. It just makes the good ice. It's nice and clear, and I can put that in the drink. It's so good. Maybe I'll feel whole after I buy the ice machine. Okay, I'm kidding, right? I'm a little satire here. You're whole already. You don't need an ice machine. Unless you're making drinks, then you need a good ice machine. Okay, moving on. But yes, I wanted to build this. I was like, what a great idea. Let's build a butler's pantry. So we've got the 2x4s vertical glued together. We're waiting for those to dry. We're also throwing in some plywood so that we don't, overspend on the pantry. And we got some good stains. We got some pre-stain, got some good concrete sealant. We're ordering in the industrial piping. It's going to be great. And why are we doing this? Because I wanted to build something with the boys. Do you need to build something with your kids? No, you don't need to build something. But you could. If you're planning on building something anyway, build it with your kids. Do a tea party with your daughter. They love that. And it could be, I have a friend who's got a daughter. It was the most magical part of his working day. He's an entrepreneur. He took time out of his day. It might have been his lunch hour and doing an hour and a half, but he took that out to spend with his daughter. His daughter's all grown up. She's driving now. She's got her driver's license. But he was spending that time with his daughter, and it was so important to the both of them. And they both cherish it now. Kudos to all the men out there who are practicing the fatherhood as best as you possibly can. I raise my glass to you. Christopher is graduating college, and we couldn't be happier, couldn't be more proud of him. We're so excited. We're proud of all three of our boys. They're all adulting far better than I ever did. And I said, like, he's not beginning to enter into the workforce. They all got jobs. They've all had jobs for years. They all been paying for their own stuff, their cell phones, their cars. They paid for with cash. They pay all the maintenance. They pay their rent and like everything. I'm so proud of them. I don't even like paying my own mortgage. I'm like, honey, do we have? Okay, fine, stupid adult. So I came home and like he had finished with college and he's already started like not doing the pushing cart job. He started into I it's not the workforce. I mean, he was been in the workforce. But I got home and Joyce says, he's at work. Oh, he started already. Like the new job, like going into she's like, yeah. We're the only two there. And the stupid dog and the cat. I can't believe that cat's still alive. Why won't he go? So different. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. It's because he's been living at home while finishing college, and now he's done, and he's done with that chapter in his life, and he's turned the page, and he's starting a new chapter, and I'm thinking, my goodness, that went really fast. It was just yesterday, he had 1 year left, and 24 hours later, that's gone. Like that year is done, and he's so ready to be done. He was ready a year ago. And now that's done. And I got home and it's like he is, it is indeed tough, gentlemen. I'm in it with you. I'm here for you. I raise my glass to you and all the hard work that you're doing for your wife, for your kids, and for yourself. But today, we're prioritizing fatherhood. We're prioritizing the fathers. And I'm so glad that you're out there working for the kids. So here's to you, fathers everywhere, trying hard every day to make it happen. Never, never give up the fight. And believe it or not, folks, you have enough time in your life for everything you want to do or be. It all depends on your priorities. See you next round.